Alright, so based on yesterday, I used 3/4 of a pound and got probably 80, maybe 75% of what I needed. Or whatever those little jars were. There were 3 of those, so it definitely wasn't a pound, or even 3/4 of a pound, but anyhow, based on the amount that I did there, I'm thinking I've probably got a pretty good idea of how much I'm going to need here. And then the extra will go on to a Godzilla kit that I'm working on. And I just used both these gloves, so I can't use these on. I'll always flip them out. Problem here is that you can't touch the A and the B parts together. If you get either a jar is contaminated, then you're in trouble. And in fact, I think I'll be a little paranoid about that totally, and come over here and break open a new pack of gloves just for the occasion. There we go. No, not quite. I'm gonna go and weigh these and see how close they are. So I was just a little bit off. 5.8 ounces each of these. And before I get my hands too much more involved than that, let's close those up. But at this point with these two pieces, if I fold them, I'm doubling up on the same thing. Thereafter, you aren't, I think. A little more thinking on my part, I realized that while I'm stacking them this way, rotating them 90 degrees in an axis, start stacking them that way and they blend in a lot faster than if you go for some kind of general kneading. Maybe it's not that much faster in the end. I don't know. It's just an interesting way I realized on how to do it. So there. Now, try it this way. No, keep it this way. And then squish these together. And now I'm rotated, I think. The other thing that's important is to take the edges and fold those back into the middle. This red stuff really looks like some chunky meat. Not quite Play-Doh. Now to make rolling this a little easier, I'm gonna kinda... Aw, ain't that cute. Kinda pre-roll it, sorta. I should probably stick this in the middle here. Aww. And rather than a rolling pin, that was a mistake right there. Oh, this is a big piece here. Let's do... Oops. Let's get rid of that glove. So even though I am cutting this to the exact same size, there is some pulling that the epoxy is doing and throwing things just a little out of shape. So it looks like by cutting twice, you kind of get rid of the excess that gets pulled into play that shouldn't be. Now I can't touch these until they're done, and it's 5 p.m. now, so midnight would be the earliest that I could even think about touching them, so we'll leave that for tomorrow. And in the meantime, clean this wall back up, and I think it's time for dinner. And as expected, this pretty much just snaps nice and clean. It's 9 hours later. Can't quite tell if the plastic is embedded to this or not. It should be, actually. There we go. This side it looks like there's plastic embedded, however, I think it's just the texture left behind. So these two pieces are not quite twice as thick as my rough draft. And over here, I've already taken the liberty of removing the plastic from that. I've got a little cleanup to do on this piece here, and pop that loose from the window. And there we go. Very messy on this side. This side, nice and smooth and dull. I can see the indentation of the plastic there all the way through on this side. Oh yeah, up to there, here, there. That's no matter. If I go with a second layer, that'll cover that up nice and easy. In fact, I'm probably going to go and do that anyway regardless. So now, this should sit something like hey, there we go. It goes a little something like this. Probably closer to there. And that's probably close enough, at least for now. And there we go, with just a little bit of tape. We have a brand new back room, or at least the beginnings thereof. And as you can see, it's going to be a bit roomier than this room, by just a little. I'm going to keep draft 1 around until I'm sure that I don't need it anymore, and then I'll probably just pack it up for reference. And here it looks like all I gotta do is line this up according to how it wants to fit by simply sliding it into place. Of course, there's going to be just a little bit of work to do to make it all better in the end. That is alright. However, to get this outer piece lined up exactly with where it needs to be, I gotta have the full deck together. So I'm not going to do anything more specific to this than what's going on right now. Although I could probably dremel off a few of these pieces here just to make it a little tighter. Why not? A few quick markings with the Sharpie, with plenty of excess left over on the sides. And a few moments later, I've loosely taped the ceiling to the wall shapes here. Even though this is still 8 hours later, it's still soft enough to be able to be slightly pliable. And so with that being the case, I've pretty much taken the heaviest portable thing I have and dropped it on the top here, which is 450 magnets. 1, 2, 3, nope, just 400 magnets here. And I've dropped that on top to help bring that seam down, hopefully. Of course that will be cut off, but I would like to get that as tight as possible. And this piece will not fit in because it's got these little feet on the bottom. So I think that's about it for tonight. Thanks for watching. See ya.